Good morning everyone, we are here at the house. Last minute, we are with Lokisx. We are trying to get this 13 ready and running to take out to Queensland Matsuri for the second day today for Lokisx to drive. But Benjamin has a dead battery, so we're hunting around to get it started, but we have to wait for the battery pack to charge. So yesterday we done 56 hours straight on the 32. That was a huge day. We're only just getting up from it, but I was going to take the 32 out to Matsuri today, but it needs a bath, I need to put my interior together, that kind of thing. It's not going to be worth it, especially when we have our guest drivers here, so I am not going to be taking it out to Matsuri. I apologise. It sucks, but it happens. So what I will do is I'll get it back together during this week and I will have it registered and I'll bring it out to all the street events. And then, yeah, next DriftCon or next drift event we have, then hopefully it'll be at that one as well. So for now, concentrating today on this 13 and going out and having fun, having a blast with Lokisx.
Yeah.
And yeah, so wish us luck. It took a little bit, but we got. I didn't get the battery back, I don't think. Let's see how it goes. Hopefully the battery charges. I just left the battery pack at home because, yeah, I did not think about that. Few challenges. Ben has bolted the seat to the floor, so Lokisx is the same height as me, so we both have to use a cushion off the veranda. It's going to be a challenge. How is it driving in S13 in Australia?
Oh, very fun.
Good fun?
Yes. Exciting.
So Lokisx has been here for how many days now?
Oh.
Almost a month?
Yes.
So he originally came just for Drift Outlaws, but we convinced him to stick around for Drift Matsuri, being that it is Australia's biggest drifting event. So we're heading there now. Ben has lent him the blue S13. This thing is not ready technically to go full on drifting, so this will be its first kind of shakedown at a drift event. So we'll see how it goes. May have issues, may not, but at the moment we just had a dead battery. We've got no drift button, fairly basic. It does have a lock diff, coilovers, and it does have drop knuckles. And that is about it. It's an SR20 Plus T, so the boost levels are probably going to be fairly low, but we have a D1 GP driver here, so I'm sure he can manage. It's like 4:30 in the morning?
I'm not even gonna think about it.
DYNO morning, hopefully. Fingers crossed. I think last time we were here we were talking about this being a casting couch, weren't we? Yeah. Yo, we are at Matic Tuning. We're back with Jesse. This time, however, I brought one of my cars. Are you excited, Jesse?
Hell yeah, very excited.
I'm terrified.
Don't be, he'll be fine.
No, if there's anybody I trust in my car, it is this man right here.
Thank you.
You would have seen him before, tuning Sam's 200SX, that pink one that we last had in here. So we have just arrived after doing, I've done an all-nighter, Ben's done 2 all-nighters, and we have done every little last-minute thing we could possibly do on this to get it ready for Jesse today. It is 32 or 34 degrees at the moment, so it is a scorcher today. But hopefully temps on the car stay good. We are running E85, so that does usually mean lower running temps. I don't know what that means when it's obviously getting up there in the RPMs, but we're going to find out. But yeah, no, late last night, just before we were like, yeah, cool, let's call it quits, throw it up on the trailer, we had a rock, which I can only presume was from Archerfield, pressed against the fuel tank belt, and it had wedged its way down between the belt and the tank, and it had been there long enough that it had rubbed through and punched a hole through my fuel tank late last night. So that was really frustrating and annoying, and we had to fix that last minute this morning, so we stayed up at 4 a.m. this morning. Then we're like, okay, cool, just before the sun's coming out, let's just get this thing on the trailer. We went to start it up, and the Chase Bay's clutch master didn't want to play ball. So it turns out when you run an ORC dual mass clutch with the Chase Bay's I have been up for a long time here with the clutch master, and I've also got the brake booster delete on that, so it's all like a little package. it is the opposite of the usual clutch. Instead of winding it out to get more clutch, you have to wind it in, if that makes sense. So I've gone to the basic RB SR classic kind of clutch setup, and not the OEM Toyota. I think Toyota's pull. It felt good. It went and done all the noises it was supposed to. You engage the clutch, you could hear the clutch, and we had it on jack stands. I checked it, and it was good. But then this morning we're like, okay, final bleed, let's just do one last bleed, make sure everything's good. So we bled the clutch, and while we were down there, we noticed the slave has an adjustable rod in the slave cylinder. So like, that's not sitting great. It has a little bit of slack on the end there. Let's get rid of that. So we extended it out, so it was looking really good. But when we did that, it stopped the clutch from working, essentially. And what we're suspecting happened was, because it's a dual mass, it pushed one plate too far. So it had gone too far. I didn't even think that was possible with the clutch, but it went beyond where it was supposed to, and it then sandwiched the plate against something in the back, and it stopped it from spinning, so it stopped it from working. And that took us ages to figure out what was wrong. But we finally figured it out, and then we had to dial the clutch slave and the pedal and everything back in, all the way, like extended all the way to the floor, which is really weird. So we had a lot of slack in the clutch pedal as well. Sorry, this is really hard to explain, and I'm sleep deprived, so I'll explain this better in another video, and I'll show you at the same time instead of just sitting here talking about it. And that really threw us for a loop this morning, so we didn't get that sorted until 7:30 or 8 o'clock this morning. And when we finally did, we loaded it up and have come straight up here to Jesse. So this is the first time the car has moved under its own power, essentially. And it's going straight under the dyno. On a side note, I'm sitting next to this. It's ridiculous. Very, very ridiculous. To give you an idea of how big this thing is, this is my hand. That's crazy. It looks like a 5-inch jump. Yeah, these guys are busy at work, and Jesse is getting set up to get this started on the dyno. My camera's battery is dying, so I'm going to have to make this really quick. Done a couple of runs. We've done a run at 6 psi, it sounds mint, but now we're doing our runs under more load, more boost, and we're getting a bit of a misfire, so we're going to swap out the spark plugs, because I can't remember if I get them or not. I can't even remember where these came from, because they're Bosch, and I'd usually buy NGK. So Jesse's pulled them out for us, and inspecting them now, they all look really good, to be honest. For a motor that I still have not comp tested, we don't have anything scary coming up, which is great to see. What are we going with? BKR 7E. Haven't tried these ones yet. So doing some research, the T3G setup, which is some rare HKS twin turbo upgrade for the JZ. Most recommend 1.1 to 1.3 bar, which is what, 16 to 18 psi, 14? I don't know what bar is. Anyway, it's around maximum 18 psi is the ceiling of what we're willing to push the car today if we get to that stage without blowing anything up. Fingers crossed. And yeah, pretty keen. But also keen to know what it's going to run. So seeing the dyno is not over yet, leave your guesses in the comments. How much horsepower or kilowatt, either drop it in the comments right there and have a guess, and let's see who gets the closest. I'm gonna guess maybe 400 horsepower, dead on, maybe 401 horsepower. That's my guess. Total blind guess. Alright, this is the dyno We made it home from the dyno. Car did really well. So now it is time to get on the trailer and take it for its first little belt, I think. Yeah.